Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is Kezia and today I'm talking to you about my Monstera Standleyana. I have been collecting monsteras and philodendrons for a while and I fancy all of them, but the Monstera Standleyana really caught my eye and my attention and also won my admiration by its fascinating leaves and the way that the variegation comes so hard and defined between the green and the white. The Monstera Standleyana is very easy to grow. It's widely available now and it grows very easily inside your house. It will tolerate your environment if it's a bit dry, if it's highly humid. It will tolerate almost anything. It is a plant that really wants to be your friend. The Monstera Standleyana grows as a climbing plant on a moss pole, but you can also grow it as a trailing plant, in which case the leaves will be smaller because the abundant aerial roots won't have a place to cling and get nutrition from, which is the case of this one. But here I have it growing in this little basket. This cutting came from the same mother plant, and as you can see, the leaves were already small, like the first leaves on this mother plant, and each time they become slightly smaller. Although this plant in this little basket still has its aerial roots stuck to the soil, it will trail. I won't have it all the way around. I want it to trail out. It is a fast grower, so it won't be long until it starts to see that it's coming out of its spot. If you are growing as a trailing plant, your leaves will be much smaller, but the fascination that the plant gets, the way that the leaves are going like this and like that, you still get it, and you also get this amazing variegation that the plant sends. We can see that with this plant you can select quite well the variegation by looking at the stalk. So if you have the opportunity to find a Monstera Standleyana in your local nursery, you should look at the stalk. So here is my plant that has the most variegation. So when I look at the stalk on this one, is completely green, and these leaves also are speckled. But the speckled leaves that has this wide variegation starting is already indicating you that at some point along the lines the plant will send a very strong variegation. It's just brewing, it's just forming itself, it's just preparing to send you quite a fascinating variegation. As it climbs down, it sends these almost fully green but speckled leaves. And then here you start to see quite a dramatic change. I don't know why this happens, but a lot of my Monstera Standleyana's, I have 4 specimens at the moment, have produced this kind of strange change. So it starts growing quite well and sends these big leaves, and then sends a small leaf. And after that, right here, it also has a root. See the root, and the root is there, and there is one that's right inside of the moss pole, quite stuck to the moss pole. And from there on, it starts to become green, yellow, white. You can see the variegation is quite intense. Once the variegation starts on the stalk, it means that the plant will start sending you quite a bit of a variegation. And it started on this first leaf. By the leaf here you can see where the variegation came, and it had a leaf, full half white leaf here, which I cut due to sunburn, and the same here, and so on, and another one, and another one. What I wanted to observe is that the stalk carried on growing this hugely variegated. It is also a fascinating thing to admire, you know, and so on. And at the point, the stalk is almost all white. See? And now this is how the plant is looking now. This is more leaves. So the Monstera Standleyana can be selected for better variegation. I've noticed that this one had this change of form at a point, and I realized that, hey, this plant is going to send a beautiful variegation because the stalks are so pronounced. With this one, I don't have the same thing happening, although the stalks are changing, but much slower. So here, from this point, you can start to see that the stalk is coming much white, but so little compared to the sudden change that other plant had. I don't know how this happens, in what level the plant decides to send so much change with the next leaf, with the next node that is sending. Of course I don't, because if I knew, I would change a lot of my plants into variegated plants, like all of you people that love variegated plants. So guys, the Monstera Standleyana is very easy to look after. If you water it once a week, like we tend to do, you're fine. It likes a little bit of moist soil, but it doesn't like anything soggy. It will accept a little bit of dryness, but will benefit greatly if you wet its moss pole or cocoa pole, in which case I have, you know, I wet my plant by wetting all of the cocoa here, and the plant has the ability to feed from the aerial root as well as the pot. And I also like to fertilize the plant with fish solution, fish emulsion, fish fertilizer. I use bio-bees fish. I recommend that if you can't bear with the smell. But all my plants are very happy, and I think that the Monstera Standleyana adds so much to my environment, and it adds to me because I really enjoy just sitting here and looking at it. And a great investment for your collection of Monsteras and Aroids. Highly recommended, Monstera Standleyana. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. Please, if you haven't done so, subscribe, like and share. All the best.